The other way you choose color is you look at the world around you. Okay, there are color combinations in every image you see, whether it's a photograph on a screen or, I'm sitting in my office right now. All the things surrounding me, there are color combinations all over the place. Everything you see contains the 4 color variations that are required for good UI design, and here's what they are: shadows, midtones, highlights, and accents. If you take a look at this image on the right, there are shadows in the darker areas of that bowl. Okay, so if I was using any type of image editing application, I could take an eyedropper and say, all right, I'm going to sample that color in the shadow. Let's say I start there. Then I sample this midtone that's in the same bowl. Notice it's in the same blue family. It's slightly lighter. Now I say, okay, I need a highlight. So I sample a lighter area of that same bowl. And now I want an accent color, an anomaly that stands out from all those things. All right, so I choose an accent, which happens to be this green in one of the olives. Now, do you see what's happening here? I have a color scheme. I've got my darkest darks, I've got my midtones, I've got my highlights, which could all relate to the Chrome to varying degrees of information. I could use one for the navigation bar. I could use one as a call out inside text, like maybe that highlight color. And then I could use the accent color for all my hyperlinks or for my buttons, okay? In a few seconds, I've just started with something. I took an image and said, okay, maybe it's this. How do those colors feel to me? And can I get the range that I need? So you pick something like this and you try it. Let's look at a few more examples. Great photograph. Now, you may react to this automatically and think, oh, that's really cool. Part of the reason you're reacting to it is because of the color scheme used here and the variations in color. Okay, photographers see color extraordinarily well, and I am of the firm belief that most photographers would also make excellent UI designers were they taught how to lay out things on the screen, because their sense of color and contrast and composition is excellent. All right, so what would we do here? Well, we could pick a shadow color from this dark brown in the concrete structure here. We could pick a midtone from a similar area. We could pick a highlight from this area around the window here, and then we could pick an accent color out of that blue. You see those colors? You see how there's a subtle variation? The shadow and the midtone and the highlight are all in the same family, which means the base color for your user interface all come from one basic shade. They're variations on a single shade. Then you pick an accent that you use for visual interaction cues, for highlights, for areas where you want to suggest interaction, action, where you want users to do something, okay? Tap something, click something, swipe something. Here's another example. Ordinary photograph, guy in a tie looking at his watch. Who cares? Well, there's a lot to learn here from the color scheme that's used. Again, we can pick a shadow from the dark area of this tie. We can pick a midtone from his shirt, which is a bit of a variation on that grayish color. We can pick a highlight, again, from a different area of the shirt, and then we can pick an accent color. Notice how that accent, if I choose this from this brick, really comes forward. Okay, so again, we've got a basic scheme for an interface. Our darkest darks, the shadow, for instance, could be used for text. All right, this is all the body text that you read. The midtone could be used as a background on the navigation bar at the top or in the footer. The highlight could be used as a call-out color to call out certain boxes of text, for example. And then the accent color is all our buttons, all our hyperlinks, right? Do you see how this works? Let's look at another example. Again, we choose our shadow from somewhere along one of these stalks. We have this nice sort of dark teal color. We've got a midtone, which is a lighter variation of the same thing. We've got a highlight from another area, and we've got an accent. All right, so all we're doing is experimenting and pulling colors from what we see.